Hello, this is Morgan Friedman, live and direct from Columbus, Ohio, here to bring you the King Kaleb podcast. Hide your white women and buckle up.
Slip me a Zanny at once. I got the earth and the blunt. I get the skirt when I want. I get the skirt when I want. Due to the money aroma, my girl, she got a diploma. She got white
And welcome back to the greatest show to ever be made here. Episode 47 of the King Kaleb podcast. As always, folks, I'm your host here, King Kaleb, back in the studio room. Hide your wives, hide your white women, here to talk that shit. Here to talk that shit, folks. I haven't... It's been a little while longer, like either 2 weeks or a week and a half since you've heard this light-skinned nigga spew words out of his fucking mouth. But it's, like I said, it's the work grind and the scheduling with the people in my house trying to get the shit situated so I can talk my shit. A little bit of laziness, of course, goes into all of my decisions in life, but nevertheless, I am here back again to talk that shit like no one else, as always, for the past couple months at least. Balls to the walls now. We're a couple days of me recording. We're a couple days away from the NFL draft. So we'll talk about a little, just finalizing the draft, putting, the head, nail in the coffin with all this draft talk, all the hoopla, with all the quarterback situations. That's pretty much been the hype of the town for the past 4 months. It seems like Trump bombing Syria. Syria, ISIS, they're all the same. I don't know, they're not our people. You people need to get it. I don't know if we talked about that last week or the last time I was on, but that shit happened and people losing their goddamn mind, of course. And then I saw some weird shit about him forcing his wife to hold his hand. That shit, as awkward and funny as it was, once again, people are just, they will search any move this man does, any move he makes. He can't breathe a certain way, or people are gonna get on him and say it's racist shit. It's never gonna stop. It's saddening how these people, no matter how much you don't like a person, why are you gonna go out of your way just to find little petty shit to complain about? I don't get it. Just enjoy your life, people. Enjoy your goddamn life. So yeah, what I've been doing for enjoying my life, besides swagging, dabbing, looking at whores at work, and the customers, obviously, because God forbid us have any good-looking women that work with us. But anyway, been listening to music here and there. That new Cole album released, obviously, I played some of it in the beginning of this shit. Of course, last week I played some of that new Flatbush Zombies as well. I think a new Slum Village album came out. Like, they're missing tracks and shit, so that's good shit. I don't know why, but for the 2 years of doing this podcast, I've never really talked about music and shit, even though, like, you guys can get a feel of the music I like from the shit that I play in the beginning of the podcasts, obviously. But it's like, once again, there's like 3 of you that fucking listen, and like, what do you really want me to rant about? Of course, the random shit I talk about sports, TLC, and complain about my job. So it's like, is that really what anyone wants to listen to? Of course not. But yeah, that's what's been in the rotation. I mean, at least newer shit, obviously. My rotation is always random. Like, I always like put stuff in it, but continue to shuffle it. So that's that. That's just like the newest shit so far that I've been listening to. That's what I should start doing now. Every week I'm just gonna like say like an album or some shit that you guys should listen to, but getting tired of my genre that I love so much. At this point, it's just a fucking meme. At this point, it's just a joke. You got ignorant white bitches who have no idea. That's another big thing that I've wanted to talk about now in-depthly. Michael Che on Saturday Night Live. He's a comedian, obviously, but he's well known for the Weekend Update. He's a black guy, obviously. But yeah, he had this like bit about how white girls, women, where the fuck, ladies, hooders, how they listen to the most ignorant rap in general. And for me personally, no, but I've seen it more and more, like just seeing like bitches on Facebook and social media, like the shit that they share, or like, you know how like people will do videos of themselves like lip singing whatever random stupid shit they're listening to, usually smoking, but sometimes just like half dancing with their arms and fingers and shit. But that could be more true, because when you think of rap music, the last type of person you think would listen to it is a white female. And I don't care if it's racist or sexist or whatever this might come across to people, but not only do I think it's funny that they listen to just like the most ignorant shit ever, but just like opinion wise and like hearing people talk about rap and shit, like I never in my life want to sit down and actually listen and hear what a white girl has to say about rap. I don't care. Their opinion is beyond invalid. I don't care how sensitive or, you know, racist and sexist that sounds, but I just could not. There is nothing Samantha could ever tell me about rap that I would need to know or care or keep invalid points. All right, they either, like I said, they either like the most ignorant, stupid shit, Lil Pump, Lil Uzi, NBA Youngboy, like, what's funny is the ones that listen to like the gang related shit, like the heavy gang, like niggas that talk about gang and violence and that shit. Like, bitch, you live up in Gahanna, Upper Arlington, and you're talking, and you're listening to niggas talk about pulling Glocks out, killing niggas, selling crack and shit. Like, Tiffany, what do you know about any of this shit? You really, you have no goddamn idea. You have no clue about this shit. Or you got the hipster bitches, obviously. All for the culture. And even then, it's like, I don't know. I feel like they're trying too much. But once again, back to just the ignorance. Like Drake, obviously, Post Malone, who's not even really, I would not consider a rapper. He's whack as fuck anyway. Just terrible. But like niggas that like sing to, they think just because they like J. Cole that they have a valid opinion of music. Like just because you like one good rapper, and the only reason why you like him is because he's mainstream to a degree, like you don't know shit. But like I said, it's the hipster bitches that like Brockhampton and like Tyler the Creator and shit. And I feel like they're trying like, but that's the thing. Like those will be their only favorite rappers. And as much as I love both of them, and like other I don't even know what else, like Amine, I guess, even though he's alright, but like I'm trying to like decipher like what hipster white bitches like. Macklemore, obviously I don't fuck with him, but I mean I don't know, as much as I might like that one rapper that they like, Logic's another one, people like Tech9, Eminem, like that's just a whole other conversation in general though. Like if you only like one person, like one rapper or one group, that's like the only type of rap, that's the only rap artist you listen to, is that one specific person or group. Once again, I cannot take you seriously because that's the only type of rap you even know. So how are you going to tell me anything about the genre of rap? Like, you just are so uneducated. That's my biggest argument with everyone and anybody that wants to talk about rap, because I don't care about much things in this world, as you guys could figure out. I just could give two shits about damn near anything, but the things that I do deeply care about, like rap, because once again, if you're born listening to it, you know, your whole life, every version of rap I've heard, so it's like I know what good quality rap sounds like, and what it's supposed to sound like and be like, and all the different variations of it. To me, you have to be somewhat educated on this shit for you to have a valid opinion to where people should actually waste 2 seconds of their life listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't give a fuck. If you don't know about Nas and KRS-One and Rakim and Andre, like even like simple shit. Like if you haven't heard the first 3 Kanye albums, I don't want to hear you talk about Yeezus or none of this other stupid shit he's making now. All right, I don't give a fuck. You know Eminem because you're white. Like it's just you're ignorant. Don't argue with me. I'm sorry. I know everyone has a valid opinion and like music is subjective to some degree, but for me, there has to be, especially in rap where wordsmith matters and lyrics matter, writing down a piece of paper your own shit. Lyrics matter in hip hop. That's just how this genre was built on. The foundation of it, and if you can't see that or try to ignore it, and it's a vibe, bro, I'm just vibing, I'm just having a good time, man, to be cool, on drugs and shit, then shut the fuck up, get out of my goddamn sight. Alright, you know nothing about this shit. Nothing at all. It's completely hilarious. But, that's my rant about music. I love how in the 2 years I've never talked about rap really that much in detail, and now I've 10 minutes of the first beginning of the podcast. That's all I talk about. Of course, I talked about nothing but sports for 20 minutes of the last podcast. So it's like I'm trying to divvy out the shit just like that. Speaking of divvying out, you know what you need to divvy out? The abundance and the struggle that is life itself. It's the end of the month. You guys are struggling. You're waiting for the first to come in, get that paycheck, get those food stamps. But if you're struggling like me and there's only one place and thing to go, and that is American Ramen. Of course, our friends at American Ramen give us a discount promo code MixGod. It saves you 15% on any and every purchase of American Ramen. Of course, it comes in the traditional chicken and beef. It also comes in picante, oriental, shrimp, roast beef, roast chicken, many, many delicious flavors. 35% less sodium. I'm so excited in this. I just cannot. I'm salivating out the mouth. That's why I was tongue twisting. I was stuttering. Because it's that goddamn delicious and scrumptious. And it has saved me my whole goddamn life. So how dare I not promote the great shit that is American Ramen. American Ramen. When you're broke as fuck. So yeah, that was my little rant on rap. I'll keep it that brief for this week. So I can have more material to rant and clown and all that shit about. But yeah, and also it's a different pace from the which we're gonna segue to right now. But because I don't know, like I said, there's 3 people that listen. How many of you guys actually watch sports? So there you go. There's my brief take about rap for the time being, because I get going for hours about that shit. But once again, as I said, the hoopla meter is at all-time high. Anyone and everyone's mom, kid, squirrel, paperboy, they are all making their mock drafts, and I decided, why the fuck not? I will give you guys my top 10 mock draft. I don't know where or like when I'm gonna upload this shit. It might be 4 in the morning this night. It might be early in the morning tomorrow night, late at night. But I'm recording this before the draft, so as long as you guys know that I'm doing this before the draft, you guys can go back and check, and I'll go back and check and see how many got these picks right or wrong. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The first pick, that little jingle ESPN does every time the fucking draft pick selected. I love that shit. That's a fucking classic. Anyway, now this is a mixture of what I would do and what I think they're gonna do. But for this first pick, it's what I think they're gonna do. I wouldn't necessarily pick him. I don't know. I see the talent to some degree, but it's like it's a carbon cookie cutter, same stereotypical tall white guy that I've seen. I listened to D'Angelo Hall. He was on Undisputed, and he talked about this, which I agree with wholeheartedly, about how the Browns should give Tyrod Taylor a chance, and they should just draft skill players and like develop around Tyrod Taylor, because he's a very good quarterback. Probably the most underrated quarterback in the whole fucking league. And just because, once again, the whole debate, and I know I don't like to like go deeply into the whole race card and factors and all that shit, but let's just be honest, because Tyrod's a nigga. and he's not 6'5" and shit, that he's not being taken serious for some reason as a starting quarterback. The Bills, did they ever really want him? They never gave him a fair chance. They would always run, and then on third down they'd pass the ball. This is literally what D'Angelo said about like how like niggas knew what he was gonna do. Like the Bills' offense was so predictable. Just run to Sean, and then on third and long, everyone knows you're gonna pass it. So it's like no shit, they're ready for it. So how can he take a big 40-yard bomb chance every play? No one. That's not good offense. You know, you can't do that. But anyway, then the Browns are picking Sam Darnold first. I mean, I've heard speculations about Josh Allen, and then now, literally now, 2 days before the draft, they're trying to say, oh, the Browns, sneaky talks under the radar, but they're talking about Baker Mayfield. They might be in talks with him. They might pick him first. I don't know. Hoopla, hoopla, hoopla. Ah. People getting their heads cut off and shit. I am not. I don't believe it one bit. I don't know what the fuck is happening. But, what is this nigga Jalen Rose doing? This motherfucker... These weirdo Michigan fans, man. Jalen and Jacoby, their show, he's just doing weird-ass faces and shit. I don't know what the fuck wrong with this man. But anyway, they're going to pick Sam Darnold. Like I said, I see the talent, but I don't see the... Or at least, I see the talent to some extent. I don't see the all-pro talent. The future Hall of Famer instantly. There's no way you can pass up on this guy. I mean, his intangibles, his fucking scribbling ability is off the charts. They act like this nigga's Michael Vick in the pocket, and he can just like scramble out of his mind, like just because he like is somewhat mobile. I don't see it, people. You people. I don't see it, man. But yeah, I'm going to say the Browns are gonna pick Sam Darnold first. So after all that hoopla, I'm fucking stuttering and having a seizure and shit. I don't know what the fuck's wrong. But after them, the G-men, the New York Football Giants. I never truly understand why they say it like that. The New York Football Giants, and I get they used to have a baseball team, I guess, in the 30s. They were also called the Giants, and they obviously moved to San Francisco. I think if my fucking little MLB history is correct, that's the case. But what the fuck were the Thunder doing last night, guys? I'm rewatching these highlights again. Like, what the fuck? I don't even think I'm gonna have time for all this NBA hoopla and shit. But yeah, we'll just save it for next week. I really don't give a fuck about the first round. I mean, I'm watching it obviously, but they're just over analyzing the inevitable. But yeah, the Giants. If I were the Giants, I know you need help. Pass rushing, you could get Bradley Chubb. Is it time to get Eli's replacement? I don't think it's in this draft. I really don't. No one of that production and Super Bowl leading ability, I don't think it's in this draft. So I would pick the best player in the fucking draft, and that is Saquon Barkley, and that is that big time franchise running back that they need and that they haven't had in God knows how long, ever. Since like Tiki Barber was in his prime. But like, yeah, that guy's just a game changer. Doesn't matter how bad your line is, just give him the ball and let him work. And it's that fucking simple. Now, the New York Football Jets, they could go, once again, they have holes in every fucking position. But it seems like they're going to do a fucking open competition for quarterbacks. They have like 18 fucking quarterbacks. They still got McCaffrey, they got Bryce Petty, they still got McCown, they picked up Teddy Bridgewater. Like, what are we fucking doing? What are we doing? I think they're going to pick a quarterback again. And once again, if I was them, I'd pick who I think is the best quarterback in this draft, and that is Baker Mayfield. Number 3, going to the motherfucking Jets. Now, like I said, I'm not completely sold on any of these quarterbacks, really. But, I mean, I've seen him perform at the highest level against the highest competition and produced Heisman winner. He's the most accurate quarterback for me in this draft. I know people will act like Josh Allen could fucking thread a paperclip inside of a keyhole after 5 minutes of sleep. That's how accurate these motherfuckers think he is. They think he's Aaron Rodgers and shit. Like, I just do not see it at all. And I just don't see it, man. And I'm gonna have fucking the Jets. They want that guy, that franchise quarterback they haven't had since God, I don't know. Chad Pennington was nice, but he wasn't like a top tier, top 5 franchise quarterback that can lead them to Super Bowls and shit. That's what they want. That's what they've been dying for. And I mean, I think Baker Mayfield's peak, he could do that. He could at least handle a team to help the fucking people get to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Can help a team go to the playoffs in the future and endeavors and all that other shit and hoopla and nonsense. Okay, number 4, them Browns back again. How could they possibly ruin these rebuildings you guys are thinking? The Browns, they will, but I feel like they get arguably the second best player in the whole draft. I think they're gonna pick Bradley Chubb, the D end out of North Carolina State. This guy, off the charts, athleticism, power, finesse, can get it done in any and every way. So it's like no matter where he goes, I think unless injuries, Lord preventing, I turn to a pastor. Lord, don't let this brother get hurt. I swear to God, he has a great future. Lord, he stayed out of trouble. Lord, help this man. Lord, help this man to the pastures, the rite of passage, and let him go in the world. And just Jesus, Lord. But yeah, Bradley Chubb to the fucking Browns. Number 5, the Broncos are on the clock, and this is my prediction right now. The Bills are going to trade up, my friends. They're going to trade up at number 5, and they're going to pick Josh Allen, quarterback out of Hawaii, fucking Wyoming. Talent-wise, he might be the most well-balanced, talented quarterback in this draft. He has a big arm. He can run to some extent. He reminds me of Blake Bortles coming out of college. And if you remember Blake Bortles in UCF, that's how he plays. That's the style. That's the talent that could be molded into. Because even Bortles has, like, we've seen him produce big numbers. And, inconsistent, sure, which Josh Allen is. But if he gets into the right scheme, I don't know who the Bills coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coaches, I forgot for some reason. But if you can get in the right system and get, developed enough, he could be, I could see a comparable starting quarterback in this league. But he's a big guy with a big arm, and I feel like the Bills are definitely interested in him. Not only him, but wanting, once again, a franchise quarterback. They traded away Tyrod Taylor for a box of I forgot what, once again, like a 3rd-round pick and like some corner that's going to amount to nothing. And Nathan Peterman was just atrocious last year. That's not a guy you build your team around. You picked up A.J. McCarron, but is he really the franchise quarterback? I don't think so. So you let Josh Allen study under him for a year, I'm guessing, because everyone's saying, he might have the biggest upside in the whole draft, but you got to sit him at least a year and a half, maybe 5 years, just so he can be fully developed. Me personally, if you have to sit a guy at all, really, first 10 picks, if you have to sit a guy a year just to fucking develop, he's not worth that pick. I do see his talent, though, and the Bills are desperate as fuck, and it's been 25 fucking years they need since they've won a playoff game. This is the first time in 19 years that they even won. They even went to the fucking playoffs. They need to do something drastically, and that's the drastic, stupid shit the Bills are going to perform. I believe. So I think the Broncos will trade with the Bills. The Bills are going to step up, and I think they're going to pick Josh Allen. Number 6, those fucking Indianapolis Colts, another team that has impossible holes to fill. I feel like you pick the safest pick in this whole draft, and that is the best guard and offensive lineman in this draft. And I think that the Colts should pick hometown kid out of Notre Dame, Quentin Nelson, guard out of Notre Dame. Once again, he's the best lineman in the fucking draft. So you have this potential all-time great quarterback in Andrew Luck. You need to keep a fucking good line, man. Something they have never had. Now, granted, is Andrew Luck really injury prone? Or is he just getting his ass brutalized every fucking week? It's a little bit of both. But yeah, I think you picked the safest pick for right now. And see what you do. See what you can do, later in the draft. I know they got some picks from the Jets, obviously. So just pick Quentin Nelson, man. Don't be fucking idiots. Don't be fucking idiots, okay? The Buccaneers, once again, the Buccaneers have all this fucking talent for some reason, but then they have holes, and they have a terrible coach. They need to fire that motherfucker. He's terrible. But he's ruining my nigga Winston's career, early potential prime years of his career, fucking around. Saying they quit fucking around, but defense, what do you guys remember when the Buccaneers are ever good? You back in the early 2000s, great defense. So in my eyes, you pick. He might be the best defensive player in the fucking draft. Even though I love my nigga Denzel Ward, my cousin, but where's this motherfucker? He could do it all. He could play corner, safety, nickel. Pick up Minkah Fitzpatrick. You guys need secondary help fucking drastically. Drastically. I love Hargraves, the second, third, whatever the fuck, from Florida, young corner that you got a couple years ago. You need more help on the outside. Did they re-sign Brent Grimes? I don't know, but safety help especially. It's been fucking atrocious. Chris Conte is alright, but yeah, no. Minkah Fitzpatrick, man. To the fucking motherfucking Buccaneers, alright? That's what you do there. Man. I don't know, man. 8, the fucking Chicago Bears. Once again, many holes that they could fill. Yeah, them Chicago Bears. I had to pause and think what the fuck I was thinking about. But at this point for them, they need, once again, just all time now, not even like recent history. The Bears have always been great defensively. When they're ever good, they have a great defense. And to me, you pick the best available player on the fucking board. That is my nigga Denzel Ward from the Ohio State, the best corner in the fucking draft. You could pick Derwin James, but you guys see Eddie Jackson and Amos are two young guys who I feel, I don't know, neither one of them I think are ever going to be better than James, but you could develop them into good enough safeties. But I say to side with Fuller on the other side, and Denzel Ward leaps and bounds ahead of fucking Fuller. Even though, once again, they have a young corner or secondary core that they could develop if they get Denzel Ward. I think it's a no-brainer. But the Bears are retarded, and they might fuck this up. But I think at 8, you have to pick. You have to pick that nigga. You have to pick fucking Denzel Ward. Number 9 now. Number fucking 9, the San Francisco 49ers. This is a running theme, guys. When the 49ers have a good defense, that's when they're at their best. And you pick who I think, outside of Barkley, and maybe even more than Barkley, the best pure athlete in this draft. If you guys remember, at the beginning of the college season, everyone was saying this is the best player in fucking football. You pick Derwin James, man. You need safety play. You got rid of Eric Reed because he was too black and he and all that other... He kneeled and all that other shit. He's friends with Kaepernick. Derwin James is a monster. Headhunter, bro. Will fuck you up at a minute. Great tackler. Good when the ball's up in the air. So, I just... Once again, these are like no-brainer picks. These people are so talented. And then with the Raiders. Oakland Raiders at number 10. Their defense, once again, is iffy. You pick, in my opinion, the best linebacker in the draft. Roquan Smith out of Georgia. Dirty South. Once again, high motor, great tackler. He's not the best cover guy, but you really don't need that necessarily out of him, because you guys could develop more corners. You still got Conley, who could develop into a great player, and all those other boys. There's a lot of good secondary people in this draft, so you can get someone in the later rounds But I say Roquan Smith, number 10 for the Raiders. That's my top 10. That's all I'm going to go by. Once again, we'll be here for fucking hours. Going through the whole fucking rounds of that shit. Do I have any sleepers, really? They're not giving my nigga JT any love out of, the Ohio State. I don't know why. He's like the 28th rated quarterback for some reason. But hopefully he'll get drafted. That's just a favorite of mine. I don't want to pick all Buckeye players, so I'll say Anthony Miller out of Memphis. Receiver. People are poo-pooing on the receiver court, but if you really think about it and you dive in and you look at their careers, you're talking about people like DJ Moore out of Maryland. Just speed for fucking days, man. Can catch, can run all the great routes. Anthony Miller's like that too. He's very versatile. Very good route runner, what I've seen. Just fast, can cut on a dime. You think about him, you think about someone like Antonio Callaway, who I heard people on Info Network comparing him to Tyreek Hill because he's that explosive player, fast, playmaker, but, he has off-the-field issues. Obviously, he was suspended the whole fucking season last year. But, people like that. Deion Kane out of Clemson, who's just, all he's done his college career is win games, and he's made good big plays in big games. So it's like people like that. DJ Clark, very athletic out of LSU, their pedigree. I don't got to say much more. I think guys like Sam Hubbard, Jerome Baker, I feel like for my Buckeye, from my team especially, the sleepers, Jerome Baker is just an athletic linebacker who can, once again, he's not the best cover guy, but he's fast, can make all the tackles. He's always around the ball. Sam Hubbard, the money man, casuals everything around me, high motor once again, great leadership skills, very athletic for a D-end. I say those two, even though you got like Tyquan Lewis, Jalen Holmes, Billy Price, JD. And once again, I don't want to spew all of the Ohio State bandwagonism in me. I'm trying to think of other fucking people in the draft. I don't know too many linemen. My nigga Billy Price, I already say him. I don't know too many linemen coming out. For some reason, they haven't hyped it up the past couple years. Like, remember, like, 2007 to, like, 2015, it was nothing but just pick a lineman the whole first round. The whole first round, if you're not picking a lineman, something's wrong with you. Now it's came back to DNs and corners and quarterbacks. So, yeah. Calvin Ridley is obviously the best receiver in the league, by the way. Or, receiver in the draft. James Washington, the most prolific receiver coming out there. Deontay Burnett, obviously, from USC, once again. Well, not obviously, but it's like, we need to, we need to not sleep on him. But anyway, so many people, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm tired, I'm not at the same time, you know how it is. But, yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the King Caleb podcast. Just fucking football and rap. That's all I got to talk about for 32 fucking minutes. Spewing words out of my mouth. Not as funny, obviously. Jab. There's still retarded bastards, people, that somehow come into my job. You got any more heater? No, it is fucking late April. What do you need a heater for? You cheap bastards. You want to get, like, you think it's going to be, like, 80% off? Like, we don't have this shit. Get the fuck out of my store. Then they think we're Petco. You got any pooper scoopers? You got any dog collars? Any catnip? Bitch, this is... No. We don't have any of this shit. They think we're Best Buy. You got any USB cords, HDMI cable? I mean, we do. Barely any. But it's not like this high-tech shit. Like, people think... This is the wrong blue store. This isn't Best Buy. This isn't Walmart. We don't have everything in the fucking world your heart would desire. My favorite thing, though, in work now is when we close. Now that I'm finally closing, I hate fucking doing mornings, man. But now that I close, we go outside and get the grills. You see these dumbasses, majority white people, because, they don't give a fuck about time or rules because they know it doesn't apply to them. But, they want to come up to the store. What? You're closed? What? It's only 9 o'clock. You're closed. I mean, fucking Easton's open to 10. All I gotta do is get this one thing. I'll be in, I'll be back. I'll be in and out in just a jiffy. Just a quick jiffy. Just let me get in, get out, get everything. No, Chad, get the fuck out of here. You had 8. We've been open since fucking 7. We've been open for fucking 12 hours. Where the fuck were you? Get your fucking grass seed at 12, not at 8:59 at night. You fucking imbecile. So yeah, that's my little that's my little rant about fucking or I just dropped my fucking cord to record. But anyway, this has been King Caleb here as always. Like, subscribe, share, tweet, farmers only black people meet, all that stupid retarded shit that I say in every fucking intro, because God knows I'm just spewing random words to milk any more time off the clock, as if you guys listen to any of this. Like, none of you last this long to even listen to any of this shit anyway, so I'm just wasting my fucking time. It's becoming a fucking theme of my life. I'm just wasting my own life doing shit that's pointless. But anyway, this has been your boy King Caleb here, signing the fuck out.